Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. 19 indictments were handed up by a Hopkins County grand jury this week. Those indicted and arrested include Jeremy Lee McIntyre, indicted for 2 counts of injury, child, elderly, disabled, reckless, and 1 count of assault family house member impedes breath circulation. Wayne Ray Campbell, indicted for sex offenders' duty to register life annually. Cody Lee Jordan, indicted for 1 count evading arrest detention with a vehicle or watercraft. And a complete list of all the indictments can be found on KSSTradio.com. Another successful report meeting for Hopkins County United Way, with campaign pledges reported Wednesday of $22,793. Campaign total to date, $49,558.20 as they move toward their $165,000 goal. The next report date is Tuesday, October 23rd at 9 a.m. at Texas AgriLife Extension Office. United Way also will benefit from a give back event at Panda Express next Thursday, 10 a.m. until 11 p.m. Panda patrons will need to present a 20% give back flyer. That flyer is available on KSSTradio.com. Producers sold 5,555 head of preconditioned cattle at the October Northeast Texas Beef Improvement Organization, or Net Bio sale, held Wednesday at the Silver Springs Livestock Commission. A total of 246 producers had cattle selling in the sale, and despite the rainy and cooler weather, a big crowd of buyers, sellers, and visitors showed up for the sale. Some cattle were sold over the internet, but co-owner and auctioneer Jodan Pogue said there were numerous bids online that didn't win. David Fowler, also a co-owner, added that there was not the usual strong activity on light cattle since weather conditions have slowed the progress of winter pastures where they would be shipped. The Net Bio preconditioned stocker and feeder calf sale gives producers a market to offer their preconditioned calves and yearlings in load lot quantities. Net Bio holds 6 preconditioned calf sales per year, which this is the marketing arm for members of the organization. The next sale will be the 20th anniversary sale. It will be conducted at the Silver Springs Livestock Commission on Wednesday, November 14th. The consignment book has already been closed for some time on that sale.
The Hopkins County Fall Festival, your county fair, opens Saturday with the parade. And if you see one of these posters, you will see all the events that are planned. It's going to be a week of fun, October 20th through 27th. Let's find out from one of the Fall Festival board members, Reagan Dennis.
I think we're going to have a pretty nice parade. There's lots of people that keep asking, are we having the parade? Yes, so far we've been watching the weather, and it's still a go for 10 a.m. on Saturday, leaving from Buford Park and traveling the normal route up Conley Street. So we hope everybody will come out.
The good thing about this rain event we've been having is no thunderstorms, just showers upon showers. And we've had parades in showers before.
Yeah, we'll still, if it's just a little bit of a shower, we're still going to have it. But if it's thundering and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, obviously we're going to call it off. But we'll make an announcement tomorrow if for some reason it looks like it's going to be raining a monsoon or something like that. So,
So the first day of Fall Festival is the parade day, and then that ushers us into a week of activities.
It does. We had to postpone the golf tournament a couple of weeks ago because there was a threat of rain. So it's actually going to be on Monday, the 22nd, and then we're going to be having some Cover Girl activities on Tuesday. We are also going to be having our Senior Citizens Day on Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
And then we are going to kick off our carnival, which is something that I was over making sure we got a good carnival this year.
And that's going to start on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
We have Triple T Amusements this year.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, they are out of Midlothian, Texas, and they are owned by Tony and Chrissy Talley. And they had Talley Amusements was owned by his mom, and they kind of broke off and got their own. And they've been having that for several years. They come for Dairy Festival every year, and they have a great company They have a lot of rides. They're really good. They're going to be here from Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
They're going to be open from 6 to 10 on Wednesday and Thursday, from 6 to midnight on Friday, and from noon to 6 on Saturday, and then 6 to midnight on Saturday. You'll have to have 2 different armbands on Saturday. So you can get pre-sale tickets right now at any Super Handy.
Right.
Those are $20. You can ride as many rides as you want, as many times as you want. For the $20 at the gate, they're going to be $25. So I suggest you go get those. You can buy them till Monday.
Okay.
And so after that, you'll have to wait and buy them at the gate. And then they're going to have games and, of course, the rides. They'll have good old-fashioned fair food.
A wonderful midway. They do
Yes.
a wonderful midway.
Yes.
Would you tell me those Saturday hours again for?
For Saturday, it's going to be from noon until 6 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to midnight.
So you'll have to choose which armband you want to buy, or just get them both.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Tally Amusements, and of course we have some history with them.
Yes.
They are a good company.
They are, and I'm looking forward to it. And the weather is supposed to be nice next week, and we're continuing to pray for great weather. And so we want people to come out. We are looking into, we're planning to have where we can shuttle people from the stew sites over to Fall Festival so that they can park their vehicles over by the festival and get back and forth, because I know sometimes that's a ordeal to get back and forth one way or the other. And they're like, oh, I have to get way over here. And we're going to also be announcing the winners from the hay bale contest. I know the hay sculptures, everybody's been seeing those all over town. I think we had about 24 entries or something. I know the rain has kind of wreaked havoc on some of them, but there have been some really wonderful entries, and so I want to encourage people to get around town and see those. And so we'll be announcing the winners on Saturday at 2 p.m. And we're also going to be doing, for the first time ever, outhouse races. At 2:30, and it's going to be on the parking lot that is in front of the horse pavilion, which is also used for the football field. And so it will be out there closest to Houston Street, and they have a number of teams, and it's going to be a relay type race, and it's going to be really fun. I think people should come out and watch, and I think they're going to get a kick out of it.
Also, Cover Girl. When will we be able to see the wrap up of the Cover Girls?
That will be on Saturday evening, and during the intermission of the donkey ball basketball contest, or tournament, I guess. They will be announcing the winners there, and we have 4 girls running this year, so I think it's going to be fun. The donkey ball is going to be really cool and fun to watch. So,
do you know the names of the girls?
Yes, we have Delina Di Donato. I hope I just pronounced that correctly. Heather Bowen, Kylie Murray, and Ashley Aguilar.
Okay.
And Delina is from Sulphur Bluff. Heather and Kylie are from Sulphur Springs, and Ashley is from North Hopkins.
Wonderful. Okay.
Oh, and I was going to say that the carnival is being sponsored by Outdoor Power Products. We love Spencer over there. He was taught by my mom, Tracy, and I went to school with him and his sister, so thanks to him.
North Hopkins folks. Who is the outgoing cover girl?
Our outgoing cover girl is Brianna Hicks, and she's from North Hopkins, and she's been a great cover girl, and we love her, and so we are definitely going to be sad to see her go, but we're excited to see a new cover girl crowned and see the good things that she's going to do.
Fall Festival is our county fair.
Yes.
And so it is so wonderful when all the communities participate. And we used to always have a day where the schools let out and everybody went down. Some of the schools still do.
Some of them still do, and then some of them will only go for part of the day, and then they're out for the rest of the day, and they can still go and participate. And so that's fun. And then, of course, Sulphur Springs is out because we use the school grounds for a majority of the events and stuff like that. And so it's still a pretty big deal.
So we have the Arts and Crafts Show and then the Creative Arts Contest. So the Arts and Crafts Show is where you can buy things.
Yes.
The Creative Arts Contest is where local folks have
entered things that they've made or sewn or different things like that.
Senior Citizens Day, as you mentioned, and Earl Martin 42 tournament are off-site events,
Yes.
but they're very much a part of Fall Festival.
Yes.
And the outhouse races. Other places do this. I'm glad we are. It's sounding fun.
Yes, they just did it at Autumn Trails, I think, and so the winner from there is going to come and participate at ours. So I think that's going to be pretty fun. And the person that has been over the committee for doing it here, he is the one that brought us the idea, and he has been seeing it for several years up in Colorado when they go for vacation, and they do it up in Iowa and all over the place. And I was like, this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Who is Tana Banana?
Oh, she's this really cool character. She does storytelling and she sings songs, and it's like a cool thing for the kids. She's going to come out and do a couple of shows on Friday out in the kids zone area, and then she's going to do 3 shows on Saturday for the kids, and she'll be out by the gazebo or on the gazebo. So she'll be telling them different stories about, she has puppets and different things like that. And so it'll be a cool thing. We try to provide like a fun area for kids to come and hang out and do fun little things.
Is she from Northeast Texas?
I think she kind of goes all over.
Okay.
And I think she goes outside of Texas too. We're also going to have a petting zoo, and they have things that are not just your regular like cow and chicken.
Okay.
They are going to have a cow, but it's going to be like a mini cow, and I'm really pumped about that because I love mini animals. And they have pygmy goats. They have one of those like long-haired, huge rabbits.
Really?
Yeah, and they're called Wild Zufari. They're out of Dallas, and we wanted to try to get something that didn't have like all the normal things that you get
different
at a petting zoo.
Well, because Fall Festival's been going on for 49 years.
49 years.
We need, things to be changed up and not be the same old.
Yeah.
But what about, are we going to have a huge celebration next year?
We don't know. It remains to be seen.
We've got to. 50th anniversary of the Hopkins County Fall Festival, your county fair.
We hope so.
We'll put our thinking caps on about that. And maybe some of us can, not only suggest ideas, but help implement them.
Yeah.
Come on board as a volunteer.
Yes, definitely.
Is there a small core group this year?
Yes, there has been just a small core group for the last several years, and we kind of all do everything all the time, and so that's the thing, we're always needing volunteers, and there's just not a lot of us, and so it gets very tiring sometimes.
I can tell that you're a little bit stretched this morning, but Fall Festival is just beginning on Saturday.
It's just beginning on Saturday.
You put all these plans into place, and now it's going to kick off.
Yes.
So this is pretty much all at the Civic Center grounds.
Yes.
And Civic Center indoors.
Yes.
Another part of Saturday is something else going on the Civic Center grounds, which is the Help a Child benefit.
Yes, they're going to be kicking that off after the parade, so I encourage people to go out. That's a great benefit that they put on every year, and so we're also praying for nice weather for them as well. I think we're praying for nice weather for everybody because everybody's over this rain.
You know what, though? Our fall festival is a week.
Yes.
The state fair is a month long.
I
They
know.
have been deluged.
Yeah, they have. I think everybody is tired of it at this point.
Yeah. Well, Fall Festival is still exciting. Think of all the kids who are just wide-eyed in amazement at the carnival midway and everything that goes on with Fall Festival.
Yes, we encourage everybody to come out. We're going to have the kids zone area again for the kids to come out, and we're going to have a bounce house out there, and we're going to have horse rides, and these are our full-size horses. They're not ponies.
Okay.
So the kids seem to love that. We've had that for several years now, and they keep them going the whole entire time, all day, every day that they're there. So make sure you bring your kids and bring your money because they love the horse rides.
Listen, I used those pony rides that go in a circle.
Yeah.
I couldn't pass one up. I know my parents spent everything they had in their pockets. One more thing before we have to go. We know the carnival is coming, and that is just a huge thing, great attraction for our area. What about people who want to be in the outhouse race? Do they need to build an outhouse?
Yeah, they had to build an outhouse, and it was like a 4-person team. One person had to be inside the outhouse, and then 3 people have to push it.
Okay. So are all your entries in?
All of them are in, but I think they were willing to accept some past the deadline day.
Okay, so they should contact whom?
Todd McCoy.
Okay. And is there any number that, or anyone's number that?
I think that I don't know his number off the top of my head, but they could send an email to Hopkins County Fall Festival at gmail.com.
Right. Okay.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
In news, the Wildcats marching band earned the top score of 1 from all of the judges at the UIL Regional Marching Contest Tuesday that was held at the Sulphur Springs Multipurpose Building Field due to rainy weather. We get more from Wildcats band director Spencer Emmert.
It's a little bit different situation this year with the weather and this and that, but we'll kind of get to that in just a minute. But the performance was fantastic. It was the best performance of the year so far, which is what we all hoped for each time. And man, the kids just responded well, played and marched fantastic, and received straight ones. One of the really neat things was when we got the judges' comments back, it was just full of complimentary, positive things, almost nothing negative. I know there are things obviously that we can get better, but it was really encouraging to hear from the professional judges how well the students were doing and really executing the fundamentals and the check marks of what a judge is looking for. So we've been working a long time for that, and it was really, really neat to see the kids step up and let it all kind of come to fruition there in competition.
In a challenging environment, too, where you're indoors playing indoors, and that's not natural for a band.
Correct. We are fortunate to have the indoor facility, so our students were a little more at home. Incidentally, we were asked the day before the contest to host the contest here at our facility. Again, referencing our opportunity to have such a great facility, we're the only, I believe, in the whole region, full 120-yard indoor facility. And because of that, we were asked last minute to host the contest. We jumped into action. My staff worked their tails off. My students did too. We had just a few hours to organize all of the logistics of a contest. 26 bands came to Sulphur Springs here on this campus and competed for judges. We had to have 2 warm-up areas here in the high school out of the rain. We had to have people, attendants parking buses, moving equipment trucks around behind the facility, getting things unloaded and keeping that traffic flow correct, while also providing a hospitality area and an office for the actual running of the contest for the region executives and the judges and all the other clinicians that come in. Many people don't realize that a region UIL contest doesn't just bring in bands. It brings in fans. It also brings in followers. It brings in clinicians and music store executives that work hand in hand with these bands all year long. And as they help and mentor young directors and work with these students, they want to see that come to fruition as well. And so contest is almost like a mini convention for our region in band. And so while we had bands, we had band directors, we had judges, we also had an entourage of people that come in and what we call band bigwigs across the region. And so to jump into action and have to host that type of clientele was a big undertaking. A huge thank you to Coach Owens for being flexible and allowing us to use the facility the way we needed to, and Mr. Lamb, obviously, with his support from the very top. I think, all in all, it was a great day for Sulphur Springs ISD and Sulphur Springs High School. And from what I could tell, the directors, the other region kind of personnel were so complimentary of not just the facility but and of the event itself, but of our students. We had a few parents that stepped in and came in and provided leadership, all in the pouring rain all day. So there's lots of pictures we've taken of our students, those kids in the blue ponchos working out there all day, and it was awesome.
And so many challenges. We don't normally host a contest like this, so to pick up the ball like that, I mean, there's all kinds of, what could go wrong, everything. But so it sounds like it went off without a hitch pretty much based on, what we were dealing with.
Yeah, it really did go well. We ended up with a good traffic flow pattern, and you have to, many people may not understand the way that marching band has evolved lately. We have full sound systems, electronics, we have soundboards, big props. Some schools came in with a whole truck just for their props. And to manage and get all that loaded in and set up in the timeline that UIL asks of us, it had to be a well-oiled machine, and it really did come off without a hitch. We hit our timeline, which was great. We didn't put the football program out at all. They were able to get in there for their big game this Friday, and it's just really cool to be a team and to see that this district and this school in particular, is willing and eager to work together for all programs, and it's about putting students first and their opportunities, and it just was a great day.
All right. Is this an advancing year for the band?
Unfortunately, no. We're treating it as serious as that. We still have one more contest this Saturday in Prairieland, and while we aren't able to advance in a UIL setting this year, unfortunately, we're eager to actually get a contest where we might actually get prelims and hopefully get to move on to have a finals performance without rain coming in and kind of downing that situation. We're not sure if that's going to happen right now. The forecast looks good, but the kids are working hard. This morning we continued preparation for contest. We didn't really take a break, so to speak, and the kids are continuing to work through the end of contest season. That way, next year when it is our advancing year, our students are used to that trajectory and continuous work and always trying to get better.
I understand from talking to Mr. McCauley that the larger bands kind of pushed, not to have contest every year. I don't know if his expense or whatever, but he just felt like, I guess it was, it just didn't have enough support among the smaller bands to try to fight the bigger bands. But he's found it very unfortunate that every other year, if you're a senior in the wrong year, everything ends way too early. It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, and really, the way that came about from my understanding, and there could be some details and some things not quite correct, but from what I understand was several years ago the superintendents came together, and it was the bands that cost. You have basically a limited number of students on most athletic teams. Well, bands, there's not a limit, so bands grow and grow and grow. And so some of the bands that are really big in the Metroplex, some of them take 10, 12. There's a band that takes 24 buses to travel, Allen High School.
Yeah, 700 in the
right. And so when those bands have to travel every year to San Antonio, that begins to be a pretty big financial burden, or it was at that point. And this has been way before I began teaching that decision was made. I think it was more by superintendents, honestly. But, it's the way it is. And, fortunately we have an option on off years to compete for honor band and concert band for TMEA. So we can record in a wind ensemble setting and hope to advance in that venue on the off years. So we technically have an advancement opportunity every year. It's just one year it'll be in the fall for marching band, and then the next year it'll be in the spring for concert band. So that's kind of a neat thing. And actually, incidentally, whenever I was at Winsboro last year, we taped for honor band and advanced to the state level and ended up 5th in the state for concert band, honor band. So that was really, really a neat experience for me as a director, and we hope to continue that work here at Sulphur Springs and build that up too.
Do you know what time you'll perform in Prairie Land if the rains stay away?
3:45. 3:45 Saturday is preliminary performance in Prairie Land, and we're hoping that rain stays away.
In sports, the Wildcats football team has a battle for first place in district Friday night at Gerald Prim Stadium as they'll be hosting Corsicana. The Tigers are 5-0 in district play and 6-1 overall. The Wildcats are 4-0 in district play and 5-0 overall. Corsicana's coach is Steve Hoffman in his 6th year as the Tigers coach. The Tigers' only loss was in Week 1 to Burleson Centennial, 28-26. Coach Hoffman said his team just came up a little short against a triple option team. He said overall he was proud of his team this season as they've done a good job. Coach Hoffman says his defense has improved each week, and he also said that the offense has been explosive for the most part. The Tigers' do-it-all quarterback is Coach Hoffman's son, Blake Hoffman. And Coach Hoffman said Blake was a tough kid who plays hard and is smart, and so they've thrown a lot at him. He said Blake is helped by 2 good running backs who've gained around 500 yards apiece this season. Coach Hoffman said the offensive line has also played pretty well, and he added that Corsicana also has some good receivers. He called Corsicana's offensive success a group effort, adding that their plan is to get the ball to a lot of different people. The Tigers' defense has kept 3 district teams from scoring a single point. Coach Hoffman did say Greenville had a kickoff return and a fumble return for touchdowns, but nothing on that Corsicana defense. He said the Tigers' leaders on defense were middle linebacker Tyler Farmer and defensive end Melvin Martin, a 3-year starter and an all-state selection. Coach Hoffman is impressed by Sulphur Springs. He said the Wildcats have everything that a good team needs. Coach Hoffman said the Wildcats were strong on offense, defense, and special teams. He especially liked the Wildcats kickers. He said the battle for first place is exactly what you want as a coach. Coach Hoffman said coaching in football tradition-rich Corsicana has been a great experience.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.